you'll see either the acceleration or the velocity, depending on which one that you click on. So again, here we have our formulas. Again, these are where you're going to type in the information, where you are, based off of the question, going to list what you've been given. So for example, here it says distance of, I've got 130, so I would type in here 130. It says kilometers, so those are the units that I need to put here. Then it says 1.75 hours, which we know hours is time, so I type in 1.57 hours here. And then over here it has directions as to how you're going to put in specific units. So for example, hours, you will abbreviate as H, not as HR, okay? And then, so therefore, it says calculate the velocity. So down here, you're going to put the formula. So V is equal to D over T is the formula. So therefore, I just have to calculate this in order to get my answer. Again, you don't have to show me the work. You're just typing in the answer from your calculator. Now, it does say up here that you do have to stop at the hundredths place. That means you're using two numbers after the decimal. So answer here is 74.29. So you can see here everything's correct. You cannot have anything red in your worksheet. So here I have all the correct answers because everything turned green. Okay, I will mention to you that there, in terms of the formula, that when you are using, for example, if I am trying to find distance, so like here, for example, question 4 says, what is the total distance? For the formula, again, you're typing it in, but we know that the formula for distance is velocity times time. Okay, it will not turn green because what you have to put in there is that you're going to multiply it, and or you'll either use the X symbol for the multiplication or the star symbol to show that it's being multiplied. It is one of those quirky things that you have to do in order to get it to go green. But again, there should be nothing red within your problems. All right, so that's for velocity. For acceleration, which is the same thing, there is a quirk in terms of when you are showing calculation for if you're trying to find a velocity. So for example, or here you can see that if I'm solving for acceleration, A equals VF minus VI divided by T. Okay, so here it didn't turn, it turns green. Okay, there is in some parts in which you're trying to find acceleration that you may not get it to go green. So for example, here I type it in again and it turns white. For some reason, you need to make sure that it is going to be in parentheses because technically it is in parentheses. Whoops, sorry, not that. VF, and then it'll go green. So here it's the same thing. If you want to ensure that it turns green, put the parentheses in there in order to ensure that it will turn green. Okay, now there is another formula in which, again, that if you are putting it in, so it, for example, question 4 says, what is her final velocity? Well, to solve for velocity up here, again, the formula is written in this way, but since we're actually finding velocity, you would actually type it in like this: VF minus VI is equal to AT. So again, in order for this to go green, you want to put the multiplication symbol in there, then it'll turn green. So you can either use the star as the multiplication symbol or the X as the multiplication symbol. But those are the ways to ensure that all your entire sheet goes green. Okay, again, they're little quirks, and for this particular assignment, it says here that you're going to stop at the tenths place, meaning you only need one number after the decimal. So make sure that, again, you have your proper units. Again, when you are doing anything where it's acceleration, which is meters per second squared, or a time of any time, so kilometers per second, or I'm sorry, kilometers per hour squared, and there is no square button, so you're just putting 2, so it looks like this. Again, it tells you right here exactly how to ensure that you have your entire sheet green. If you have any questions, please make sure you reach